Nuke the Picks, Holden and Zargo. What's going on? Daddy Zargs. Wow. You and I just came up with a nice collaboration bet. We'll bet Thursday night football. And then I got a play for the Vikings and the Lions game. What's happening, pal? How'd last week go for you?
Last week was okay. We got our Ogden props. Wentz decided he didn't want to leave the pockets. And then, I'm not going to lie. I had that game just completely misread. I thought it was Vikings all the way, and they got absolutely embarrassed.
Yeah.
But that is the National Football League.
I gave out, I was up a unit on Nuke the Props. So we'll see how it goes this week. Anytime you're in the black, though, where I'm chipping away. I'm not as good as Keg. You know, Keg's hitting at 30% and he's winning 1 trillion units. That's how he wins. That's a great formula for beating the books. Actually, that is the way that we should be going. But there's just a couple of numbers in the market when they're off. Gotta hit them. So let's get into this, pal. The Thursday night football game. Okay. We got the Ravens at your Miami Dolphins. 7.5 is the spread as we record this on Wednesday morning? Yeah, it's Wednesday morning already. Holy moly. World Series is going on, so my head's all over the place. But anyways, what do you like from this game, Zargs? Your boys, the Dolphins, are you still claiming them? I mean, you got a banner behind you, so.
Unfortunately, I'm still out here claiming them. I don't know why. Thought I would have moved on. I would have thought 30 years of misery would have been enough. Regardless, I digress. What's funny is I knew this game was on the schedule. Mm-hmm. I remembered it had a primetime slot. I remember seeing it at the beginning of the season and wondered, why does that have a primetime slot? And then it just creeped up on me. Monday or Tuesday, started looking at the slate, and I'm like, no, we're there already. This is going to be embarrassing. It's going to be bad. I was not at all surprised by Miami's win on Sunday. I didn't go all the way on wagering it, but this is a game they win. It's not Atlanta's hot and cold. Kirk was playing. That's not as impressive as a win as it seemed, even though the spread is the same as this game. These are two completely different games. And Baltimore is going to march into South Beach and just embarrass the wish it wasn't so, but I really don't see any other way to look at this game.
Okay. So how much of a blowout is this going to be? 21 points?
So that's the thing. Looking at the number, it's the 7.5 is not a number to sweat because this game is going one of two ways. Either somehow Miami keeps it close. And we're looking at a 3-point game. Or what I think is going to happen, they're just going to get blown out. So I'm thinking 9.5, 13.5. This spread is not one you're going to be sweating. So, maybe start at 9.5, get you some plus money, and then maybe as the game progresses, we grab another number as we find out how ugly it's going to be.
Bet it live.
Yeah.
I mean, this is wild, man, that Lamar's coming back. He must be healthy at this point because it seems like he could have played on Sunday, but they said, you know what? We got a game on Thursday. Let's rest him, see if we can win, stay in the playoff race, and now he's back.
Yeah, and he's debatably the best quarterback in the league. And while everyone else was playing on short rest, he is well rested. Loved his rushing prop. 34.5 is a joke of a number for Lamar Jackson. Both teams have terrible rush defenses, so I don't think Lamar will have any problem hitting that. Achane, never a bad guy to look at. 56.5 is an appealing number for him. That's not a bad option, but I definitely think Lamar holds the best prop in this game.
Okay, I love it. By the way, we're giving out a Lamar Jackson rookie card Thursday night football. So here's what you got to do to win the Lamar Jackson rookie card. Go sign up at nukethehouse.com/pricing. Nuke 30 is the code. We're going to give you 30% off the monthly and the annual package plus a free week. So that's already an absolutely sensational deal. The first 5 people that sign up, you are in the mix for a Lamar Jackson rookie card that our guy Maddie brought out here. So again, nukethehouse.com/pricing, Nuke 30. What do you get? You get all our pre-flop plays. You'll get the in-game plays sent right to your phone. That's how we do it here. So you get in our Discord, sign up anytime Keg makes a bet, it goes right to your phone. And by the way, he's up over 100 units this year. So that's a pretty decent bet if you ask me. Okay. Anything else from that game? Or are we moving on?
No, not much else to talk about.
So your boys are going to get blown out. and Lamar is going to go over his rushing yard. Simple as that.
Simple as that.
Okay. You and I had a long conversation before this show started. And I'm just every time the props drop, I get out there on Tuesday night and I bet Amon-Ra St. Brown, which I'll discuss a little bit later in the show. But the Chargers, man, how do we not look at Justin Herbert this week? The line doesn't make sense to me. I get it. It's the Titans. They're facing the Titans. The Titans might not get the most pressure in the National Football League, but Justin Herbert has been running whether there's pressure or not. Just even last week, he runs for 62 yards. 31 against Indianapolis. The only time he hasn't hit this in the last 5 weeks, and we're talking 13 and a half with not a lot of juice, minus 110, was Miami, where he ran one time for 2 yards, and that was a pretty close game. About the pressure rate, this is a guy in Justin Herbert where you've got an offensive line that's completely destroyed, and he has been forced out of the pocket constantly. The other thing is they're designing some more runs for him, so he can scramble when he wants to. The only thing, okay, let's go back to this for a second. The only thing that would concern me is the pressure rate, but I'm not so sure I'm worried about it, because Herbert, this is part of the game now. This is part of his game. Go out and scramble and get yourself some rushing yards, because the offensive line's not getting it done.
Yeah.
Anything else you'd like to add?
No, it's also weird because when you look at the over-under on attempts is 3.5 at minus 145. The over-under for longest rush is 9.5, but his total rushing yards sit at 13.5. Like, that just doesn't add up. It doesn't make sense why those numbers, like, it makes sense. 3.5 makes sense. 9.5 makes sense. His total rushing yards at 13.5 just makes zero sense to me. I think this line should be closer to like 17.
17.
It makes I just feel bad because this is so easy of a play, and I'm worried by the time people see this. No telling where that number will be or what the price will be.
It's the Titans. So again, the only thing that we need to worry about would be a complete lack of pressure. But this is one run for this dude. This is one run. Does not make sense.
And Vegas thinks he's going to have 4.
That he's going to have
4 rushes.
4 rushes.
And there's no way this guy doesn't get 14 yards on 4 attempts.
That's interesting, because the rushing attempts is good then. Because if you think the Chargers are going to win this game, we got chances at kneel downs as well.
You're right. So maybe that's true if you compute it that way.
I mean, on top of, now I'm not worried about, I think he blows through this 13.
Right.
I really think he's just going to go bananas at this point. But it's just the pressure rate. That's all we care about. And we looked at it, and I think it looks good enough to make the bet. I already put the bet in the Discord.
That's why you got to subscribe. Y'all ain't going to see this till Thursday. No telling where the line's going to be.
Yeah.
Holden finds the prop. He posts it. If you're a subscriber, you already got it. You're watching this. You've already placed the bet.
Carolina, EPA against the rush, right in the middle. Again, we went through a lot of these. I'm just trying to find the pressure rate again, because the pressure rate, it's a bet. We're just throwing it in. That's it. Anything else that you could look at and say that this is not going to work out. And I just, again, if he has to kneel down enough, maybe that's the way Tennessee gets him.
That would be, is if he gets like 15 rush yards and then the kneel screw us. But
yeah, they're last in pressure rate. But at the same time, he's still running and they're giving him designed runs. So that's it. We're going over 13.5 rush yards for Justin Herbert. You could say it's risky because there's no pressure rate. But again, I feel like anybody can get pressure rate against him with Tennessee. Let's go to Carolina. Is that what you wanted to do?
For real this time. This time, let's actually talk about
For real this time. Rico Dowdle? Is that where we're going?
Rico Frico.
Rico the Frico. Let's go.
This dude is printing money for bettors.
Every week.
My favorite bet last week was over 12.5 for longest rush. Got it the first drive, had like a 20-yard rush.
Mm-hmm.
I thought for sure that number would go up this week, but nope. Sits at 12.5. He's blown through it 4 weeks in a row, and he's blown through his rushing total every week since week 2. As Holden and I discussed pre-show, he's the number 1 guy now in Carolina. That total on the rushing yard. Well, no, it's been all over the place. I think it's a great bet, but I think longest rush is the way to go. Green Bay does have an incredible rush defense, so might be a little touch and go there on the total. He will absolutely break one for 13 yards, though.
They've given up some big rushes too. I mean, even Jaylen Warren got there last week. Yeah. So the Packers, again, let's go look at EPA per rush. where they are. The Browns are number 1. The Packers are number 8. But again, the lead running back has had a lot of success there. So Rico the Freako, over 52.5 minus 118.
I think that's a good bet, but I think the longest rush is the way to go.
Okay. And then what's the juice on that again?
MGM has it for 120 at the moment. So
okay. We might. Do you think we'll get a better number on that? Do you think there'd be any under number on Rico this week? I don't think the longest rushes move very much, just like the longest receptions. They don't move.
Correct, I'd agree. No, because maybe something, if Dalton plays, then maybe you go under on like receiving, but yeah. I mean,
as of this taping on Wednesday, 12.5 minus 25 at DK, 12.5 minus 20 at MGM. I just don't know if you're getting anything better than that. So, all right, I'll tell you on that 12.5 longest rush.
Yep.
And that 52.5 is just staring me right in the face, dude. Right in the face.
Good number. I mean, because he literally, like, carries were split almost exactly down the middle with Hubbard.
And it's not going to be that way this week.
Right.
Canales came out and said, this is our guy.
And yet Rico still had 54 yards against Buffalo. Granted, Buffalo doesn't have the best run defense. Green Bay a little bit better. But still, man, if they're giving him the lion's share of the carries, I don't see how he doesn't get there.
Yeah, the only issue would be the spread is 13.5. So he might have to get there in 3/4. But if you're betting the longest rush, he only has to get there on one.
Right. That's why I like that one better.
Okay. Rico the Freako. Any other bets you're looking at? Because I got one more.
I'm going. It missed horribly last week, but I'm going back to it. Pittsburgh money line.
Pittsburgh money line?
Pittsburgh money line, hosting Indianapolis. They blew that game to Green Bay. Once again, Tomlin, a dog at home. This is the way the Steelers is. They go lose that game they should have won. Indy's coming in. I think Indy's gonna get a lot of love at the point spread. So you might wait a couple days and see how that line moves. But I like Pittsburgh to win outright on Sunday.
Okay. My last pick was the first one I posted. This dropped Tuesday night. I don't know how much it's going to move. It might get to 7.5 or the juice gets disgusting. But Amon-Ra St. Brown over 6.5 receptions, minus 114 at FanDuel. I'm just going to give you some advanced numbers here. I love player profile. First read target rate. That's very, very important. Because who's the quarterback looking at first trying to get the ball to? It's him. Number 4 in the NFL at 43.5% first read target rate. So a little over 4 out of 10 times when Goff passes, he's looking at ASB number 1. He's also getting these passes on target, the catchable rate, 88.5%, number 3 in the NFL. Why? It's a slot guy most of the time. 33.6% target share, 6th in the NFL, averaging almost 9 targets. He's catching 7, 8 of those. One drop the whole year. Yeah, give that to me. ASB over 6.5 receptions at minus 140. My favorite bet of the week.
I think they're going to run up the score on Minnesota too.
Yeah, I mean it's a division game. They don't like them, and Minnesota has not really shown that they're a good team. They've really been a debacle and a very big disappointment. JJ McCarthy is coming back. But what we've seen out of McCarthy, disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. This team could put up 40-something points this week. So maybe looking at the team total would be something to look at. But I just think St. Brown's going to be massive in the passing game once again this week, getting the targets, the first read rates. These are all things we want to see. And since Goff is so on target with this guy, he could have 8 targets, catch the 7 and get us over. So I think this is good, maybe to minus 120. If it goes past that, it's a stay away from me. So if you're watching this on Wednesday, I think the number is still going to be good. When I do nuke the props on Thursday, we'll see if it's still good. I'm not sure. Hey, smash the like button on this. Make sure you subscribe to the NTH Sports Picks YouTube channel. It's right up here at the top of the screen. And again, we're giving away a Lamar Jackson rookie card for our live broadcast Thursday Night Football between the Ravens and who? Who are the Ravens playing?
The Miami Dolphins.
Ugh, God, disgusting. Just listening to you say that team's name. Plus last week, I don't know where the hell that came from, but they actually put a nice game together. But yeah, so again, Thursday night, all you got to do, go to nukethehouse.com/pricing, enter the code nuke30, sign up for a monthly or an annual plan. You're going to get 30% off plus a free week. So really it's more than 30% off a monthly or an annual plan, nukethehouse.com/pricing. And of course, Nuke 30 is the code. Anything you would like to say on our way out? Just say no if you don't. No.
Lamar Jackson.
Lamar Jackson over rushing. Ravens ladder on the side.
Spread.
Herbert over 13.5 rushing. You like his longest rush? Okay. You like Rico the Frico's longest rush?
I do.
And after this, I got to really dig into Dowdle. And again, if he's going to get the yeoman's share of carry, can he get 14, 15 carries? He gets 14 carries. I think he goes over this number, especially
between the two of them. They had, I think, like 25 carries last week.
Yeah.
In a game where they got absolutely embarrassed by the Bills.
He's going off. Yeah. Again, right after this, I'll dig in deeper to Dowdle. The guy we were focused on was Justin Herbert. So, and then Amon-Ra St. Brown over 6.5 receptions. Go get that. And up to 120, minus 120. Don't go past minus 120. Zargo, is there anything you want to plug in your life? Maybe your job, maybe your kids, your wife, sports betting, your job, anything in this world that you're interested in plugging?
You know what? As terrible as the Miami Dolphins have been this season, I want to plug Mike McDaniel. I still think he's the guy. I'm going to
plug him into the toilet.
I'm going to be so upset if he gets fired.
What?
And I'm not being hyperbolic. I legitimately mean this. If the Dolphins fire Mike McDaniel, I may change my allegiance to whatever team picks him up.
What are you talking about?
I felt the same way about him that I did about Dan Campbell when he was the interim head coach of the Dolphins. It's like we finally have something good. Who the heck are we going to go get? The GM needs to go. Greer needs to go. Keep McDaniel. You know, I might cry if he gets fired. I love this guy. For some reason, I love this franchise. So I plug those out Miami Mike.
Let's go. Let's go, Zargo. Again, nukethehouse.com/pricing, Nuke 30% off, plus a free week, plus you're entered to win a Lamar Jackson rookie card. Always good seeing you, Zargs. Have a great week, and we'll talk later, okay?
Nuke